chasing the ghosts of the coming night. The porch light is flickering, waving goodbye under the arc of a violet sky. The map on the table is creased at the seams, a paper-thin vessel for heavy-set dreams. I'm trading the whispers of everyone I know for the silence of places I've yet to go. The asphalt is humming a low, steady tune, reflecting the pale, fading face of the moon. Oh, it's the golden hour, the world is in bloom, finding the light in a stranger's room. I'm a leaf on the water, a spark in the dark, leaving the shore for a brand new mark. Discovering the rhythm, understanding the flow, learning the secrets the old winds blow. The city is calling with a neon tongue, a song for the restless, a song for the young. I see my reflection in the window pane, a little bit older, a little less plain. The coffee is bitter, but the morning is sweet, tracing the patterns of unknown streets. It's not just the miles, it's the space in between, the who I am now and the who I have been. I'm shedding the skin of a sheltered life, cutting the cord with a velvet knife. There's a pulse in the pavement, a beat in the breeze, bringing me down to my bended knees. Oh, it's the golden hour, the world is in bloom, finding the light in a stranger's room. I'm a leaf on the water, a spark in the dark, leaving the shore for a brand new mark. Discovering the rhythm, understanding the flow, learning the secrets the old winds blow. Golden, everything is turning to gold, a story beginning, yet to be told. Step by step, into the glow. Into the glow. Can you hear it? The city speaks in a code. A million stories on a one-way road. Flash of a signal, a blur of a face, trying to find my own sense of space. Concrete canyons and glass tile towers, watching the clock lose its grip on the hours. I'm learning a language that isn't in books, in the movement of crowds and the weight of their looks. A saxophonist plays on the corner of Fifth, turning the struggle into captive dream. I'm a face in the gallery, a ghost in the hall, learning to walk before I can fall. The wind through the alleys has a story to tell of those who succeeded and those who fell. Midnight blue and electric green, the most beautiful chaos I've ever seen. No one knows my name, and that's the grace. I can be anyone in this crowded place. Total freedom, total fear. The message is finally becoming clear. It's a neon dialect written in light, a soul-searching mission in the middle of the night. I'm discovering the world through a different lens, where the pavement begins and the dreaming ends. Understanding the pulse, the push and the pull. The cup of my youth is finally full. Written in light, yeah. Hidden in neon dialect, neon dialect, neon dialect, neon dialect. Understand the light. The city is my teacher tonight. Gravity feels different when you're on your own, like a velvet anchor, a heavy unknown. The air in this city is thick with the past, of shadows that linger and memories that last. I sat in a cafe and watched the rain fall, thinking of pictures back on my wall. The independence I craved has a bit of a sting, like the cold winter air under a bird's wing. Life isn't a postcard, it's a living thing, with all of the sorrow and joy it can bring. It's the velvet gravity pulling me down to the heart of the truth in this nameless town. Understanding that life isn't just the height, but how you hold steady in the dead of the night. I'm discovering the weight of the choices I make in every breath that I choose to take. A stranger smiled and I felt a release, a momentary piece of a much larger piece. Youth is a fire that burns through the wood. I'm learning to see things as I never could. The world is a mirror reflecting my soul, making me broken to make me feel whole. I used to think free meant having no ties, but now I see truth in the hellos and goodbyes. The weight isn't a burden, the weight is a gift, the ballast that keeps me through every drift. Oh, let it pull me, let it ground my feet until my discovery is finally complete. the height, but how you hold steady in the dead of the night. I'm discovering the weight of the choices I make in every breath that I choose to take, pulling me down, setting me free. The velvet, the gravity of me. One, two, test in the air. 3, 4, is anyone there? The blueprints are out, the lines are all blurred, looking for meaning in every word. Why do the rivers run to the sea? Why does the you always look for the me? I'm walking through halls of ancient stone, feeling the wisdom in every bone. But the more that I learn, the less that I know about where we come from, where we go. It's the architecture why, a beautiful design, searching for logic in a glass of wine. Discovering the world is a riddle, a game where no two sunsets are ever the same. Understanding the life means loving the doubt. That's what this youth is all about. I met a philosopher painting a fence. He said nothing you see has to make any sense. Just feel the vibration, the hum of the earth. Count every death and celebrate birth. The structure of spirit is built out of breath, a dance that defies even shadows of death. Build it up, tear it down. The crown is the search is the crown. Don't need a map if you're fond of the mist. Life is a ghost that refuses to be kissed. It's the how and the when and the where and the who, constructing a version of me that is new. It's the architecture why, a beautiful design, searching for logic in a glass of wine. Discovering the world is a riddle, a game where no two sunsets are ever the same. Understanding the life means loving the doubt. That's what this youthhood is all
Look at the colors, look at the shades. The parade of humanity never quite fades. From the baker in France to the monk in Tibet, a collection of spirits I haven't met yet. I sat on a bench and I I watch them go by, each with a secret, each with a sigh. A kaleidoscope spinning, a shifting mosaic, the deeply profound and the purely prosaic. I'm learning that stranger is just a disguise for a brother or sister with different eyes. Through the prism of people, the light breaks apart, painting the chambers of my wandering heart. Discovering the world through a handshake and smile, walking beside them for just a small while. Understanding that life is a shared kind of song, where everyone's right and nobody's wrong. An old woman told me a tale of the war. A young man explained what he's traveling for. I'm a sponge for their stories, a mirror for grief, finding a common and sacred belief that we're all just trying to find our way home, through the silk and the iron, the plastic and chrome. Different tongues, but the laughter's the same. We're all playing parts in a nameless game. The borders are lines that we draw in the sand, but the soul doesn't care for a piece of the land. Connect the dots, feel the spark, we're lighting the world, one soul in the dark. Apart, painting the chambers of my wandering heart. Discovering the world through a handshake and smile, walking beside them for just a small while. Understanding that life is a shared kind of song, where everyone's right and nobody's wrong. The prism, the people, one world, one soul, keep on moving. Keep on moving. The ice in the glass is the only sound in this basement sanctuary underground. The walls are stained with the ghosts of the great, and the air is heavy with the hand of fate. I've been wandering streets where the names are all new, searching for something that feels like the truth. I found it here in a minor key chord, a piece that no money or power can afford. The pianist's hands are a blur of the soul, turning the fragments of life into whole.
It's midnight at the Blue Note. The world is outside, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Discovering that silence is just a loud song. Understanding that right can feel beautifully wrong. Youthhood is burning like a slow-moving fuse in the heart of the jazz and the soul of the blues. The woman beside me is weeping in time to a melody ancient, subtle and prime. We don't speak a word, but we know what it means. The space between nightmares and technicolor dreams. The world is a stage, but the music is real. The only thing left that a person can feel. Break the rhythm, find the gap. Avoid the comfort of the easy trap. Life is a solo you can't rehearse. For better or worse, for better or worse. Let the dissonance ring, let the harmony break. For the sake of the spirit, for the spirit's own sake. It's midnight at the Blue Note. The world is outside, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Discovering that silence is just a loud song. Understanding that right can feel beautifully wrong. Youthhood is burning like a slow-moving fuse in the heart of the jazz and the soul of the blues. You're midnight. You're moonlight. It's the frequency of life. Just stay, just listen. I feel it beneath these burning sun skies. The clock on the wall has forgotten its beat, lost in the shimmer of the dust and the heat. The ocean is breathing a salt, heavy sigh, mirroring the vastness of the indigo sky. I'm learning to walk at a much slower pace, letting the sun write a map on my face. The why doesn't matter when the now is so loud. A king with no kingdom, a face in the crowd at Latitude Zero. The world is a circle where the sunset is gold and the shadows are purple, discovering the light in the sway of the trees. student of sun. Centering, I'm centering. The door to the temple is finally entering. No compass, no needle, no digital guide. Just the pull of the moon and the push of the tide. I'm a grain of the sand, I'm a drop in the sea, and that's the most beautiful thing I can be. Sunset is gold and the shadows are purple, discovering the light in the sway of the trees, understanding the world on a warm summer breeze. No north and no south, just the here and the now, wiping the worry from the youthful brow. Of yesterday away, the landscape is shifting like a deck of old cards through backyards of junk and the boulevard. I'm watching the world through a rectangular frame, changing the scenery but keeping the name. The guy in the cedar cross looks just like me, searching for something
tracks are the stitches in the fabric of mind. You can't stay still if you wanna grow. You have to be willing to let the wind blow. The destination is just a ghost in the steam. The real life is lived in the heart of the dream.
The stones have been here for 1,000 years, washed by the rain and the salt of the tears. The statues are watching with eyes made of white as I walk through the shadows of the Italian night. I bought a red orange and sat by the well, listening to stories the architecture tells. The arches are heavy with the weight of the popes, with the ruins of empires and the dying of hopes. And here I am 20, with a heart full of fire, adding my breath to the heavenly choir. Echoes in the piazza, voices of old, stories of silver and stories of gold. Discovering the world is a library of stone, understanding I'll never be truly alone. Youthhood is a chapter in a very long book. Give it a read, give it a look. The pigeons are dancing for crumbs on the ground. The most beautiful opera is the everyday sound. An old man is painting the light on the wall, capturing the now before the nightfall. Time is a river that flows through the square. I can feel all the ghosts in the cool evening air. It makes me feel small, but it makes me feel grand to be a small grain in this historical sand. The me that I'm chasing is a part of the us, moving from marble to the smoke of the bus. It's ancient, it's modern, it's all the same beat. From the stars in the sky to the dust on the street. Echoes in the Piazza, voices of old, stories of silver and stories of gold. Discovering the world is a library of stone, understanding I'll never be truly alone. Youthhood is a chapter in a very long book. Give it a read, give it a look. Is the present is mine.
Put the map in the pocket, close the book. Stop the searching and just take a look. Don't need a reason to turn down this lane. Don't need a shelter to walk in the rain. I'm drifting like smoke in a room with no wind, wondering where the old me finally thinned. I didn't arrive, I just simply appeared, losing the things that I formerly feared. The unplanned encounters are the ones that remain, like a sudden warm sun in the middle of pain. It's the art of the drift, let the current decide. Taking a seat for the beautiful ride. Discovering the world when you're not even trying. Understanding the light without all the sighing. Youthhood is a river, let it carry you down, past the high mountains and the lights of the town. I ended up eating at a table for 10 with people I'll never see ever again. We shared all the wine and we shared all the bread, ignoring the ship is inside of our heads. The drift is a teacher, the drift is a friend, leading me right to the perfect no end. Floating, no gravity, breaking the chains of depravity. Just a soul in a suit made of muscle and bone, more at home than I've ever been known. Let go of the wheel, let go of the line. Everything's messy, but everything's fine.
current aside, taking a seat for the beautiful ride. Discovering the world when you're not even trying. Understanding the life without all the sighing. Youthhood is a river, let it carry you down. Past the high mountain, the lights of the town. Just drift. Don't look back. The current is kind. The world is a river.
One, two, three, four, five.
Counting the reasons I feel so alive. The rhythm is off, but the heart is in time. In this room with a view of the mountain and line. The silence is heavy, a physical weight. A quiet conversation with a soulmate mate. I used to fear the sound of my own breath, like a dress rehearsal for a little bit of death. But now the walls are whispering my name, and the person who left isn't quite the same. It's a solitude in 5/4, a dance on the edge, leaning my heart on a windowsill ledge, discovering the world through the glass of the me, understanding the life that I finally see. Youthhood is a puzzle with a missing piece, finding the joy in the quiet release. The shadows are stretching across the wood floor. I don't feel the need to go out anymore. I'm reading the cracks in the ceiling like stars, healing the internal invisible scars. There's a universe hiding in a cup of cold tea, a vast open ocean inside of a weed. It's loud in the quiet, it's bright in the dark. The flint of the soul hidden against the spark. Don't need a crowd to feel like I'm heard. I'm the speaker, the listener, the song and the bird, the math of the spirit, the logic of grace. Finding my home in an empty space. Discovering the world through the glass of the me, understanding the life that I finally see. Youthhood is a puzzle with a missing piece, finding the joy in the quiet release.
Drawing a map of the things I can't touch, and the pain what I love, just a little too much. The borders are fluid, the oceans are deep, and the hours hours when the rest of the world is asleep. I put a pin in the places where I lost my pride, and a gold leaf star where I finally cried. The topography of how I became who I am, through the desert of doubt and the river of damn. It's a cartography of the spirit and bone, the most difficult landscape I've ever known. I'm the midnight cartographer, shot in the soul, turning the broken bits back into whole. Discovering the world was a mirror all along. Understanding the life is a 3-minute song. Youthhood is the ink, the world is the page. Growing up is just stepping onto the stage. There's a mountain of maybe and a valley of weight, and a bridge made of iron, called It's Never Too Late. I'm sketching the outlines of a brand new face, moving with purpose, moving with grace. The old maps are useless, the compass is gone. I'm navigating by the smell of the I'm the midnight cartographer, shard in the soul, turning the broken bits back in the whole. Discovering the world was a mirror all along. Understanding the light is a 3-minute song. Youthhood is the ink, the world is a page. When up is just stepping onto the stage.
The air here is different. It tastes like the stars. It doesn't care about borders or bars. I'm inhaling the forest, exhaling the sea. The world is a lung that is breathing through me. I watched a spider weave a web in the hole. A masterpiece hanging on a crumbling wall. Such intricate plans. house made of air, a silent reminder that the magic is there, in the small and the broken, the fragile and thin. The grandest of journeys are the ones from within. It's the blueprints of a breath, the design of a sigh, the why of the earth and the how of the sky. Discovering the world in a single heartbeat, understanding the life is bitter and sweet. Youthhood is a vapor, a beautiful mist, waiting for a sun that has never been kissed. We are built out of stardust and ancient debris, the same atoms in the yolk and the yin and the yang. I'm not a tourist, I'm part of the ground. In the silence of atoms I finally found that the journey isn't forward, the journey is deep, into the promises we struggle to keep. Expansion, release, the war in the mind finds a temporary peace. I am the mountain, I am the rain, I am the pleasure, I am the pain. One breath, that's all it takes to see the reflection in the gray discovering the world in a single heartbeat, understanding the life is bitter and sweet. Youthhood is a vapor, a beautiful mist, waiting for a sun that has never been kissed. And the world is breathing. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not. Stop asking why and start asking why not. The iron is glowing, the furnace is hot. I'm done with the thinking, I'm done with the wait. I'm kicking the hinges right off of the gate, yeah. The world is a giant beneath living and the songs of the dead. I spent too much time in the maybe and if, standing like a statue on the edge of a cliff. But the wind is apart, the wind is a dead, and there's plenty of oxygen left in the air. It's the weight of the wide, not a heavy command to take the whole universe right in your hand. Discovering the world by breaking the rules, understanding that life isn't taught in the schools. Youthhood is a weapon, youthhood is a flame. It's time to start putting a face to the name. Yeah, I'm running through markets and dancing on trains, letting the adrenaline flood through my veins. There's no proper way to be human or free. It's a DIY project, specifically me. I'll make my own mistakes, I'll earn every bruise. I've got nothing to gain and everything to lose. Action, reaction, finding the soul in the heat of the friction. Don't be a spectator watching the play, be the storm that washes the old world away. Why not? Why not? It's the only question I've got. There's dust on my shoes from a dozen different bands, and the world has left lines on the palms of my hands. I'm tired in my bones, but I'm wide in my heart, finally knowing where the real journey starts. I look in the mirror and don't know the boy who left with a suitcase and a heart full of toys. He was looking for magic, he was looking for gold, but I found something better, something quiet and old. The beauty of being, the grace of the now, the sweat and the salt on a hard-working brow. It's the dust of discovery, it covers the skin, the end of the outside, the start of the end. Discovering the world was just the first phase. Understanding the life takes a million days. Youthhood is fading like a sun on the sea, making more room for the person I'll be. I remember the neon, I remember the rain, I remember the pleasure, I remember the pain. It's all just a layer of sediment now. The how to be human and the where and the how. I'm not coming home because home isn't there. It's a state of the spirit, a breath in the air. Once it hits your eyes, you can't unknow the truth underneath all the lies. to fit back in the box. I've picked all the doors and I've broken the locks. Now I just walk. Now I just see what the rest of the life has in store for me. Discovery, it covers the skin, the end of the outside, the scar of the end. Discovering the world was just the first phase. Understanding the life takes a million days. You put his faded like a sun on the sea, making more room for the person I'll be. The part is the There's dust on my shoes from a dozen different lands, and the world has left lines on the palms of my hands. I'm tired in my bones, but I'm wide in my heart. I'm finally knowing where the real journey starts. There's dust on my shoes from a dozen different lands, and the world has left lines on the palms of my hands. I'm tired in my bones, but I'm wide in my heart, finally knowing where the real journey starts. There's dust on my shoes, there's dust on my shoes. There's dust on my shoes from a dozen different lands, and the world has left lines on the palms of my hands. I'm tired in my bones, but I'm wide in my heart, finally knowing where the real journey starts. I look in the mirror and don't know the boy who left with a suitcase and a heart full of toys. He was looking for magic, he was looking for gold, but I found something better, something quiet and old. The beauty of being, the grace of the now, the Suez with a suitcase and a heart full of toys. He was just on my shoes from a dozen different lands, and the world has left lines on the palm
shouted at mountains and whispered to rain. Seeking the pleasure and fleeing the pain. But the world is a library with nothing to say. In the heat of the night, in the light of the day, the hustle, the London, the heat of the Nile are just fleeting thoughts in a permanent file. I'm building a temple with no walls at all, where the ego can crumble and the spirit can fall. It's not in the shouting, it's not in the noise, it's the balance of heart and the steady of poise. It's the architecture of silence, the space in the sound, where the keys to the kingdom are finally found. Discovering the world is a quiet affair. Understanding the life is as simple as air. Youthhood was the thunder, but I am the sky, watching the storm as it's passing me by. I sit in the stillness and watch the light crawl across the old maps pinned up on the wall. The ink is all faded, the borders have blurred. I'm listening for something that isn't a word. It's the hum of the atoms, the pulse of the stars vibrating through me and the window frame bars. Total presence, total peace. The need for the elsewhere has found its release. I'm not going back, and I'm not moving on. I'm standing right here in the break of the dawn. The silence is a structure, the silence is a home, built out of spirit and not out of chrome. It's the architecture of silence, the space in the sound, where the keys to the kingdom are finally found. Discovering the world is a quiet affair. Understanding the life is as simple as air. Youthhood was the thunder, but I am the sky, watching the storm as it's passing me by. The silence is enough. It's everything. Listen. Listen.
plain to see. It's another to let the soul finally be. Don't just be a witness, don't just be a ghost. Be the warmth of the fire for the one who needs it most. Yeah. I met a man in a tattered blue coat with a song in his pocket and a lump in his throat. I didn't give him a lecture or a map to the town. I just gave him my time and I sat myself down. The world doesn't need another genius or guide. It needs a few people with nothing to hide. Yeah. It's kinetic compassion, a love on the move. Finding the spirit inside of the groove. Discovering the world through the service of man. Understanding that life is a yes I can. Youthhood is a spark, but love is the coal that keeps the fire burning in the heart of the soul. Ooh, the beauty of wisdom is the way that it heals. And the touch of the hand and the turn of the wheels. I'm trading my searching for a standing beside. With my heart open wide and my ego denied. It's a simple equation, a rhythmic truth. The ultimate fruit of a wandering youth. Move your feet, move your heart. Every act of kindness is a work of art. It's a ripple in the water, a light in the dark. A match being struck against a holy spark. Don't just feel it. A love on the move, finding the spirit inside of the groove. Discovering the world through the service of man. Understanding that life is a yes I can. Youthhood is a spark, but love is the coal that keeps the fire burning in the heart of the soul. Keep it moving. Kindness is the rhythm. Face in the glass is starting to change. A little bit familiar, a little bit strange. The lines round the eyes are the paths that I took. The table of contents for a well-traveled book. I don't miss the boy who was frightened of stay, who thought that the truth was always a mile away. I welcome the man who is comfortable here, with a heart full of history and a mind that is clear. There's a grace in the silver, a wealth in the gray, in the softening light at the end of the day. I see the elder in the mirror, and he's smiling at me, at the person I was and the person I'll be. Discovering the world was a lesson in time. Understanding the life is a mountain we climb. Youthhood was the valley, green and so deep, but the view from the summit is the promise I keep. I remember the fire, the why not, and the gold, the restless ambition that forced me
interstate glow in the middle of night. I'm walking with spirits of the ones I haven't met, with nothing to prove and with nothing to circular journey, a homecoming dance, leaving nothing to fate and nothing to chance. The youth is the root, the elder the leaf, beyond all the joy and beyond all the grief. I'm ripening now in the sun of the soul, watching the fragments become the whole. Smiling at me, at the person I was and the person I'll be. Discovering the world was a lesson in time. Understanding life is a mountain we climb. Youthhood was the valley, green and so deep, but the view from the summit is the promise I keep. Smile back, the journey was worth it. The mirror is clear. I'm finally here. Smile, valley here.
From the first step out to the last step in, under the layers of travel-worn skin, the map has been burned, the compass is gone. I am the sunset, I am the dawn. I remember the neon, the dirt and the rain, the language of trains and the architecture of why. I remember the people, the prism, the pain, the velvet gravity under the sky. Every song was a mile, every note was a breath, in the dance between living and the shadow of death. This is Latitude Blue, where the heart finds its rest, in the center of north, in the heart of the west. Discovering the world was the way to find home, in the marrow of bone and the salt of the foam. Understanding the light, it was here all along, in the pulse of the silence and the soul of a song. The suitcase is empty, the journal push of the world and the spirit's own pull. I'm not the same person who left in the gold. I'm a billion years young and a minute day old. The blue isn't sadness, the blue is the deep, the ocean of promises I managed to keep. It's all one, it's all now. Take a breath, take a step, take a final bow. The journey is over, the journey begins in the losing of games and the counting of wins. The blue latitude, the infinite view. The world is a mirror of me and of you. This is Latitude Blue, where the heart finds its rest. In the center of north and the heart of the west. Discovering the world was the way to find home. In the marrow of bone and the soul took a fall. Discovered the light, it was here all along. In the force of the silence and the soul of the song. Latitude blue, I see it down, I see it
The record is spinning its final few rounds, a collection of silence and beautiful sounds. The story is finished, the ink is all dry, under the arc of a quieted sky. But somewhere a girl is packing her bags with a heart full of fire and a spirit that snags. And somewhere a boy is staring at maps, ignoring the no and the maybe and perhaps. They are the next verse, the rhythm to come, the beat of the world on a different drum. It's the unwritten verse, the song yet to be, the part of the world that I'll never see. They'll discover the world in their own special way, understanding the life in the light of their day. Youthhood is a baton passed through the years, through the laughter of ages and the salt of the tears. I'll leave them the silence, I'll leave them the why, I'll leave them the why not and the how of the sky. The world is a gift that is never quite done, a relay of spirit under the sun. Go on, go out, find what it's all about. It's the unwritten verse, a song yet to be, the part of the world that I'll never see. They'll discover the world in their own special way, understanding the life in the light of their day. Youthhood is a baton passed through the years, through the laughter of ages and the soul
your turn now. The world is waiting. The music is playing.